There are two types of people: those who are always outwardly appreciative and those who will always find something to blame or complain about. Which do you think is more magnetic? Hello, my name is Sarah and welcome back to another video on Sarah Refined. Today we are talking about happy money, and this is based off of a book that I had just recently read from Ken Hondo. I'd taken this book from the library and I was 27th in line on the wait list to get it. I finally got it. I had 3 weeks, wasted my 3 weeks, crammed it in as the end of the time because I had to get it back because there's more people on the wait list. Basically, my point is that this book is really in demand, and after reading it, I can totally see why. There were definitely a lot of notes I wanted to take from it, but unfortunately, I only got a few. So I'm gonna have to buy my own copy and redo it all over again, which is totally fine by me. But today, I wanted to share a few of the things with you that I did write down that I have in front of me on a piece of paper that is completely unorganized. Because once again, this video is unplanned. No organization whatsoever. So let's just stop the rambling and get right into the video. Let's start with what is happy money and what is unhappy money. You might be thinking that all money is just regular money, and it can be, but it's going to be more beneficial for you if you turn that regular money into happy money. And knowing how to turn regular money into happy money is also going to be beneficial for when you do have unhappy money and you want to change that and boost the vibrations of that. And yeah, it's going to be one of those videos where we talk about vibrations and a little bit of intention, and if that's not really your thing, then that's okay. But if it is your thing, then turning regular money into happy money can be done by helping a family member out if they need help. Or you could donate to a charity, raising money for a shelter. You could invest in a local business or in a community project, or it can even be done by receiving money from happy clients or a job that you appreciated doing. Unhappy money, on the other hand, can be the money that comes from an ugly divorce. It can be receiving pay from a job that you absolutely hate. Or when you are begrudgingly paying your bills, how many of us do that? Or anytime you steal money from anyone. And a side note on that, if you're wasting time at work, then that's technically stealing from the boss. So consider that the next time you are looking at your paycheck, how much of that money was actually happy money. So the way I look at turning regular money into happy money, it's kind of like money laundering, but not illegal. You're just taking a currency and charging it with positive energy. Now, in the book, he goes on to talk about how when you have happy money and you use that money to buy a coffee, you're now blessing this coffee shop because you're giving them something that's already kind of vibrating at a higher level. Whereas if you have your bill money and you are not wanting to pay those bills, you're going to continue getting those bills regardless, but your money might stop because unhappy money is not going to flow the same way as happy money. And if you're around with the law of attraction group and things like that, you probably understand that gratitude is going to attract a lot more than whatever is the opposite of gratitude. Ungratefulness? Sure. Ken Hondo also talks about 6 reasons why people want money. And those reasons are to maintain a basic standard of living, to gain power, to get back at others, to find freedom, to gain love and attention, or to express love and appreciation. So say you're wanting to express love and appreciation, but your money is divorce money and you don't really feel like it's going to have a good energy about it. You could donate that money or invest it to a community event or a kid's basketball game or something like that. Because by doing that, you're showing the community your love and appreciation, and you're cleaning this money by putting it back into something that you know will benefit you and the community around you. In that way, you're now taking your money and making it happy money. When you are saying thank you to the money coming in, that's easy for a lot of us to do. But what is not so easy is saying thank you when the money is leaving. This idea was presented to me a long time ago, not so much in this format, but in a point where I did start saying thank you when I paid my bills. Our bills are things that we've already used. So instead of complaining about it, you could look at the bill and think, wow, I am so grateful that I already got a whole month of electricity. I already got a whole month of hydro and warmth and heat and all of these wonderful things. Or if you have your credit card bill, when you need to pay that off, you could say, thank you so much to all the experiences this provided me. I don't think you should be running a credit card bill, but we all be there sometimes, so it's okay. I'm not going to make that a point in this video. The point of it is to say thank you when you are paying anything. Money comes in, thank you for being here. Money goes out, thank you for being here. Enjoy your journey. The very last part I'm going to share on this, because it is the last of the notes that I took before I had to give the book back to the library, is the money EQ and the money IQ. Money IQ is focused on financial intelligence. That is like investing, tax law, saving, etc. Money EQ is the emotional intelligence required to deal with your reactions towards money. So your money IQ might be very high and you could be great with investing, tax laws, all that stuff. However, if your money EQ is a lot lower, then you're not going to be able to use that money that you've saved to the best of its ability, because you might be hoarding it, thinking money doesn't come easily, I need to save it while I can. Or you might have the mindset of scarcity, thinking that the more money someone else has, it means the less that I get. And I have tons of lists and videos on limiting beliefs for finances, so I'll link those here and in the description down below if you'd like to check them out. But that's kind of what it is. The money EQ is your emotional intelligence and focuses on those limiting beliefs, or maybe they're not limiting because you don't have those, which is fantastic. So now that I've given you a somewhat random assortment of information here, I want you to think back to the quote I said at the beginning about the two types of people and ask yourself, which one am I? And which one do you think is more magnetic? Naturally, we're gonna want more happy money in our life. So it makes sense then that we need to be outwardly grateful and attract more happy money. Because if we're consistently trying to find something to blame or something to complain about, it's only going to give us more unhappy money and a lot of unhappy everything else. If you're interested in reading the book yourself, I will link it down below because it was such an interesting read and so easy. It's not preachy, it's not talking about finances in like in-depth kind of way. So I find that it'd be really good for kids and adults. And if you are bad with money or you know someone who's a little bit bad with money, I think that this would be a good book. It's a very cheery yellow, so it doesn't look intimidating whatsoever. Anyway, that is all for today's video. I hope that it was informative and that you enjoyed it and maybe you learned something new. And remember that when you improve yourself, you improve the world. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. I feel like I'm rambling, and this is why I need to write out a script, or at the very least, an outline.